In part 2 of this intriguing story, the saga continues to unfold. As the trial of Baba Haruna commenced under the solemn shadow of the baobab tree, Baba Haruna stood stoically before the elders, his weathered features revealing no emotion. Amina recounted her version of the events, voices echoing with truth and accusation, while pleas for justice filled the village square, blending with the evening breeze. Join us on this journey as we uncover truth and seek justice. Guided by Nkechi's wisdom and the elders' compassion, Baba Haruna's trial reveals layers surrounding Amina's disappearance. Each testimony draws us closer to understanding, balancing justice with hope. This moment marks our quest for closure and highlights our community's resilience in adversity. And as the moon rose high in the sky, casting a silvery glow over Mbogo village, Amina clung to her mother's embrace, a beacon of hope amidst the darkness that threatened to engulf them all. In the days that followed Baba Haruna's confession, Mbogo village found itself grappling with the aftermath of Amina's ordeal. The community gathered once more beneath the baobab tree, their voices hushed with anticipation as they discussed the path forward. "We cannot ignore what Baba Haruna has done," Nkechi declared, her voice resonating with determination. "He must be held accountable for his actions." The villagers nodded in solemn agreement, their minds made up about the course of action that needed to be taken. They convened a trial, a solemn ritual of justice and reconciliation that would determine Baba Haruna's fate. Under the shade of the baobab tree, the trial began. Elders presided over the proceedings, their faces lined with wisdom and compassion as they listened to testimony from witnesses and heartfelt pleas for justice. Amina stood before the gathered villagers, her voice steady despite the lingering trauma of her captivity. She recounted her experience with courage and resilience, her words a testament to the strength of a young girl who had endured the unthinkable. "He promised to take me to the city," Amina explained, her eyes fixed on the ground. "But instead, he brought me to the forest and kept me hidden away." Her words echoed through the gathering, stirring emotions of anger and disbelief among the villagers. They listened intently, their hearts heavy with empathy for Amina and her family. Baba Haruna stood before the assembly, his head bowed in shame. He acknowledged his wrongdoing and expressed deep remorse for the pain he had caused. His words were met with a mix of anger and sorrow from the villagers, who struggled to reconcile the betrayal with the man they had once trusted. After careful deliberation, the elders rendered their verdict. Baba Haruna was to be banished from Mbogo village, stripped of his title and forbidden from ever returning. It was a solemn yet necessary decision aimed at restoring trust and ensuring the safety of their community. As the sun set over Mbogo village, casting long shadows across the baobab tree, Baba Haruna departed with bowed shoulders and a heavy heart. Amina watched silently, her hand clasped tightly in her mother's grasp, as the man who had caused her so much pain faded into the distance. With Baba Haruna's banishment, Mbogo village turned its focus toward healing and reconciliation. The villagers rallied around Amina and her family, offering support and comfort in the wake of their ordeal. Nkechi organized healing ceremonies beneath the baobab tree, gatherings where villagers shared stories, offered prayers, and performed rituals to cleanse their community of the lingering shadows. "We must come together as one," Nkechi proclaimed, her voice carrying across the village square. "Our strength lies in our unity and our commitment to each other." The villagers nodded in solemn agreement, their hearts uplifted by Nkechi's words of wisdom and compassion. They embraced Amina as one of their own, a symbol of resilience and hope in the face of adversity. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Mbogo village embarked on a journey of healing. Amina found solace in the warmth of her family's embrace and the unwavering support of her friends and neighbors. Children gathered around Amina, their faces alight with curiosity and admiration. They listened intently as she recounted her adventure in the forest, the whispers of the trees, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the distant calls of nocturnal creatures. "We were so worried about you," one child admitted, his eyes wide with concern. "But now you're back, and everything feels right again." Amina smiled warmly, her heart filled with gratitude for the outpouring of love and kindness from the villagers. She had found strength in their unity and solace in their unwavering support. As the village resumed its daily rhythms, the rhythmic beat of drums, the laughter of children, and the timeless rituals that bound them together, Amina knew that she was home. Mbogo village had become her sanctuary once more, a place where love triumphed over fear and community prevailed. And as the sun set over the savannah, casting a golden hue over the village of Mbogo, Amina stood tall beside her mother, a testament to the resilience of a young girl who had faced darkness and emerged stronger than ever. Life in Mbogo village settled into a new rhythm, a rhythm infused with renewed hope and a sense of unity that transcended the challenges of the past. Amina resumed her daily activities with a newfound sense of purpose and resilience. Each morning, she joined her friends by the riverbank, where they played games and shared stories beneath the shade of towering baobab trees. Laughter echoed through the village square, a symphony of joy and camaraderie that spoke of brighter days ahead. Nkechi watched over Amina with a watchful eye and a heart filled with pride. She saw the young girl's spirit soar with each passing day, her laughter a testament to the healing power of love and community. "We have come through a dark time," Nkechi reflected, her voice tinged with gratitude. "But we have emerged stronger and more united than ever before." The villagers nodded in agreement, their faces alight with smiles as they gathered for communal meals and festive celebrations. They danced to the rhythmic beat of drums, their movements a joyful expression of unity and resilience. Amina found solace in the familiar rituals of village life, the vibrant colors of traditional clothing, the savory aroma of communal meals cooked over open fires, and the comforting embrace of her extended family. Weeks passed since Baba Haruna's banishment from Mbogo village. The community began to heal from the ordeal, though the shadows of betrayal still lingered in conversations held beneath the baobab tree and around cooking fires. Amina, meanwhile, felt the first stirrings of change within her body. She had noticed her stomach gradually growing larger, a development she struggled to understand and conceal. Fear and uncertainty crept back into her heart as she grappled with the implications of her condition. One quiet afternoon, Amina sat beside the riverbank, the water flowing gently before her. Her thoughts raced as she traced patterns in the sand with her fingertips. How would she explain this to her mother? Would the villagers turn their backs on her, despite their earlier support? Nkechi approached silently, her presence a comforting anchor amid Amina's swirling emotions. She settled beside the young woman, her eyes wise and compassionate. "Amina," she began gently, "I have noticed the changes in you." Amina's eyes filled with tears she had been holding back. "I don't know what to do," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm scared, Nkechi." Nkechi placed a reassuring hand on Amina's shoulder. "You are not alone in this, my dear. We will face this challenge together as a village." With Nkechi's guidance, Amina found the courage to confide in her mother. Fortu's initial shock gave way to a fierce determination to protect her daughter. "We will find a way forward," she vowed, her voice steady despite the turmoil in her heart. Together, they sought the counsel of the village elders. The wise women of Mbogo gathered in solemn council beneath the baobab tree, their voices soft yet filled with unwavering support for Amina and for two. "We must honor Amina's journey," one elder declared, her weathered face a testament to years of wisdom. "She has faced adversity with courage and resilience." The villagers rallied once more around Amina, their compassion a shield against the judgment that threatened to cast a shadow over her future. They brought offerings of food and blankets, symbols of their commitment to standing by her side through the trials that lay ahead. As the weeks turned into months, Amina's belly swelled with the promise of new life, a testament to her strength and the enduring power of love within Mbogo village. The women of the community gathered around her, sharing stories and laughter that echoed through the village like a melody of hope renewed. And on a cool morning beneath the spreading branches of the baobab tree, Amina gave birth to a healthy baby girl. Fatu held her granddaughter close, her heart overflowing with pride and gratitude for the village that had embraced them both. The villagers celebrated the miracle of new life, their voices raised in songs of joy and gratitude. They surrounded Amina and her daughter with love and support, promising to nurture them both as cherished members of their community. As the sun set over Mbogo village, casting long shadows across the savannah, Amina cradled her daughter in her arms, a testament to the resilience of a young woman who had faced adversity with grace and courage. And beneath the ancient baobab tree, Nkechi watched over them with a heart full of hope, for Amina had taught them all what it truly meant to endure, to forgive, and to embrace the light that shines even in the darkest of nights. Months passed in Mbogo village, and Amina's daughter, Kemi, grew strong and curious under the watchful eyes of her mother and grandmother. The villagers embraced them both with open arms, their initial shock and gossip fading into acceptance and support. Yet, whispers of Baba Haruna's betrayal still echoed through the community. Some wondered if he would ever return, seeking redemption or revenge. Nkechi, ever vigilant, kept her ear to the ground, wary of any signs of trouble. One restless night, Amina awoke to the distant howls of hyenas and the rustling of leaves outside her hut. Instinctively, she tightened her grip on Kemi, scanning the darkness for any signs of danger. Fatu stood beside her, sensing her daughter's unease. "What is it, Amina?" Fatu whispered, her voice laced with concern. "I don't know," Amina replied softly, her heart racing. "It's probably nothing, but I can't shake this feeling." Fatu rose from her mat, peering out into the night. "I'll check around the perimeter," she murmured, her senses heightened by the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Amina held Kemi close, her mind swelling with memories of her captivity in the forest. The fear of the unknown gripped her once more, threatening to unravel the peace they had fought so hard to regain. Outside, Fatu moved stealthily, her steps guided by years of familiarity with the terrain. She scanned the shadows, alert for any movement that might betray an intruder. The night seemed to hold its breath, the air thick with tension. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, a silhouette that sent a chill down Fatu's spine. She recognized the familiar gait, the stooped posture of an elder she had once trusted. "Baba Haruna," Fatu breathed, her voice barely a whisper. The elder stopped in his tracks, his gaze locked with Fatu's. Moonlight filtered through the trees, casting eerie shadows across his face. "Fatu," he murmured, his voice heavy with regret. I have come to seek forgiveness." Fatu's heart pounded in her chest. Memories of Amina's ordeal flooded her mind, the deception, the betrayal, the anguish they had endured. "There is no forgiveness for what you did," she said firmly, her voice trembling with restrained anger. Baba Haruna took a step forward, his hands outstretched in a gesture of supplication. "Please," he pleaded, desperation tinging his words. "I know I have caused you pain, but I am a changed man. Let me make amends." Amina emerged from the hut, Kemi cradled in her arms. She stood beside her mother, her expression unreadable as she faced the man who had shattered their lives. Nkechi appeared from the shadows, her presence commanding attention. "Baba Haruna," she said evenly, her voice cutting through the night like a knife. "You have violated the trust of our community. You must answer for your actions." The elder's shoulders sagged, the weight of guilt and remorse bearing down on him. "I will do whatever it takes," he vowed, his voice thick with emotion. "Please, give me a chance to make things right." Amina's gaze softened slightly, torn between the pain of the past and a flicker of compassion. "You will have to earn our trust," she said finally, her voice measured yet firm. "But first, you must answer for what you did." Baba Haruna nodded solemnly, knowing that his journey to redemption would be fraught with challenges. He turned and walked away into the night, leaving behind a village steeped in uncertainty and unresolved emotions. As dawn broke over Mbogo village, its golden light bathing the savannah in hues of warmth and renewal, Amina held Kemi close to her chest. The night's events had shaken them all, stirring memories that threatened to unravel the fragile peace they had fought so hard to reclaim. But amidst the shadows of the past, the glimmer of hope remained, a belief in the power of forgiveness, healing, and the resilience of a community bound together by shared trials and triumphs. Days turned into weeks, and Baba Haruna's presence loomed over Mbogo village like a specter from the past. The villagers watched him closely, wary of his every move yet intrigued by his earnest attempts at redemption. Baba Haruna sought to prove himself worthy of forgiveness. He helped rebuild huts damaged by recent storms, tended to the sick and elderly, and offered his wisdom to resolve disputes among neighbors. His actions spoke louder than words, a testament to his commitment to atone for past sins. Yet, doubts lingered in the hearts of many. Could Baba Haruna truly change? Would his efforts be enough to mend the wounds he had inflicted upon Amina and their community? Nkechi, ever the voice of reason and justice, convened a council of elders to deliberate on Baba Haruna's fate. The air was thick with tension as they gathered beneath the baobab tree, their faces etched with concern and determination. "We must tread carefully," Nkechi began, her voice steady yet tinged with uncertainty. "Baba Haruna's actions have stirred hope among some, but we cannot forget the pain he has caused." The elders nodded solemnly, their minds clouded with conflicting emotions. They recalled the anguish of Amina's disappearance, the fear that had gripped their village, and the trust that had been shattered by one man's deceit. "We must hear from Amina herself," one elder suggested, his voice resonating with the weight of their collective responsibility. "Her forgiveness will carry the greatest weight in this decision." Amina, now stronger and more resilient than ever, stood before the council with Kemi by her side. She met Baba Haruna's gaze evenly, her eyes betraying a mixture of pain and guarded hope. "Baba Haruna," she began, her voice steady despite the turmoil in her heart. "Your actions tore my family apart. They left scars that may never fully heal. Baba Haruna bowed his head, his expression a mask of regret and remorse. "I know," he whispered hoarsely. "I can undo undo what I have done, but I am committed to making amends." Amina took a deep breath, her gaze softening slightly. "You have shown dedication to our village," she acknowledged, her words measured yet sincere. "But trust must be earned, and forgiveness cannot be rushed." The elders deliberated long into the night, weighing the testimony and actions of Baba Haruna against the pain he had caused. They recognized the complexity of redemption, the delicate balance between justice and mercy. At last, Nkechi rose to her feet, her voice carrying across the gathering with unwavering clarity. "Baba Haruna," she declared, her words echoing through the silence that had settled over Mbogo village. "You will be granted a chance to redeem yourself, under strict supervision and with conditions that will test your commitment to our community." Baba Haruna nodded solemnly, his heart heavy with gratitude for the opportunity bestowed upon him. He knew that the road ahead would be arduous, fraught with challenges and obstacles to overcome. And as the villagers dispersed, their hearts heavy with the weight of their decision, Amina held Kemi close to her chest. She felt a flicker of hope in her heart, the belief in the transformative power of forgiveness and the resilience of a community bound together by shared trials and triumphs. Baba Haruna's journey to redemption unfolded slowly in Mbogo village. Under the watchful eyes of the elders and the scrutiny of the villagers, he labored tirelessly to prove his commitment to change. He repaired roofs, dug wells, and mentored the younger generation, imparting wisdom gleaned from a life marked by both triumph and regret. Each day brought new challenges and opportunities to demonstrate his sincerity. Yet, whispers of doubt still lingered among some villagers. They questioned whether Baba Haruna's efforts were genuine or merely a facade to regain favor. Nkechi remained vigilant, monitoring his actions with a keen eye for any signs of regression or deception. One evening, as the village gathered for a celebration of the harvest, tension simmered beneath the surface. Amina watched from a distance, her heart heavy with conflicting emotions. She had witnessed Baba Haruna's efforts firsthand, yet the scars of betrayal still haunted her dreams. Nkechi approached her quietly, sensing the turmoil in Amina's gaze. "He has been diligent in his duties," she murmured, her voice a soothing balm. "But I understand your hesitation." Amina nodded silently, her thoughts racing. "I want to believe in his redemption," she admitted softly. "But I cannot forget what he did to us." Nkechi placed a comforting hand on Amina's shoulder. "Trust takes time," she reminded her gently. "We must allow Baba Haruna the opportunity to prove himself, while remaining vigilant for any signs of regression."